hearing your voice.
Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for joining our reaction show. You are now listening to the Wrestling Fans Podcast. I'm your host, Bangum South, Jason Fastkade. And along this ride, I've got the best in the world today, the man, Trent Williams. The only guy that I know that for some reason thinks the iconic brand have booty. More on that later. Trent, this is the weekend that we waited for all year. And this is the show where we react to what we saw over the past 5 days, 6 days?
5 days, I think.
5 days. We had the Hall of Fame on last Friday night. We had NXT TakeOver New Orleans on Saturday, WrestleMania on Sunday, literally all of Sunday. Let's just be honest about that. And we had Raw and SmackDown, respectively, within the past couple of days. So, Trent, it's a lot we got to get to. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Okay, dude. Where do you want to start? Because, listen, this is the reaction show. But I'm pretty sure you may have had a reaction to all of this and then going into Monday night and then Tuesday night, maybe things have changed. Obviously, we're getting a superstar shakeup next week or this upcoming Raw and SmackDown. Where's your head at right now? Or where was your head at over the weekend? Like when you woke up, because listen, it was hard for me to go to sleep Sunday night, Monday morning.
Right.
Where are you with your reactions to WrestleMania weekend?
TakeOver was incredible. Probably one of the best takeovers overall. WrestleMania had some good in-ring action, but at the time I thought some very dumb booking decisions, and still some of those I still think are dumb, but some I've kind of thought about and listened to other podcasts and got other people's views, and some of the decisions I'm not quite as mad about as I was right after the show.
Okay, so let's start with TakeOver. So this will be the bright side of the show.
Before we get to TakeOver, let's get to the Hall of Fame because I can pretty much sum that up. Watch Mark Henry and watch the Dudley Boys and skip the rest.
Okay, the funny thing about the Hall of Fame was the Hall of Fame show. My dad watched all of it. And this may have been his first time watching the Hall of Fame, just to be honest. Right. I think he just liked it just because he was watching something different. But he liked Ivory's speech. I saw Mark Henry's. That was cool. I figured that the Dudley Boys would just joke around. So, I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with that. But I've heard Goldberg's is pretty lame.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would have been better if it wasn't after 4 hours of sitting there.
Well, see, that's what you're running into. Like, in maybe I think, what was the first year that I really watched it? I think it was Kurt Angle was the headliner. Yeah. Was that the first year I really watched it?
I'm trying to think. We started the show in 2016. I think that was the year that Sting went in.
Yeah, I watched it with Sting. I did watch it with Sting. I don't know, man. The Hall of Fame, it adds to that weekend or that week, that WrestleMania so-called week. Right. I could kind of do without it. Now, if you play it back, and they maybe do a lot of editing, maybe it looks better once it's edited. But like you're saying, man, like if you're there for 4 hours and the last speech is just slow and monotone, you're like, man, this sucks.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it didn't help that Goldberg kept talking about his son, which we had heard during his comeback, so that wasn't anything new.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't watch it. I didn't hear a lot of great things about it. And you're coming off of Kurt Angle last year. I mean, right. Kurt Angle last year was just ridiculous. And then even some of the ones that I have seen before, man, it's just a hodgepodge of, hey, we're going to have a little fun here, man. You
Yeah.
know, like this isn't a Oscar speech. This isn't like I know this is your Hall of Fame, but come on, dude. It's the WWE Hall of Fame. You know,
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt and have fun with it. So with the slow speeches, I wasn't gonna tune in for that.
Hillbilly Jim felt like he was dragged on forever the way he talked.
I didn't hear any good things about the and when I say I didn't hear any good things, I didn't hear anyone saying, "Man, did you see what happened during such and such a speech?" Or, "Oh my gosh, that was a really
Right.
funny moment when blah blah blah." I didn't hear any of those.
Well, the
So
Billy put somebody through a table, some production assistant or something.
yeah, I don't know. I think they could do. Listen, I have a whole restructuring for WrestleMania next year, and just
Yeah.
years going forward. So I really
Somebody,
think they should do away with the Hall of Fame.
yeah, somebody suggested they should at least maybe like take it back to like I don't know if you remember WrestleMania 20 when it was more like a little banquet thing, like in this little bitty building, not this big grand spectacle.
What? Well, I mean, I kind of, I don't know. I kind of like that, but like my thing is let the crowd there like do it like really do it on a Thursday,
Yeah.
edit it down and show it on Friday.
Yeah.
And that way you just accent, what was great about the actual show. And you can cut down some of the speeches and get right to where you want to make it a more enjoyable show and maybe condense it into 3 hours. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, JJ Jarius Johnson, his was pretty funny, but I'm sorry when the person inducting them speech is longer than the actual person that's getting inducted speech. That's where you got a problem, and that's exactly what happened with Dana Warrior.
I don't
And I
know,
know I
bro.
do this every year,
You do.
but this time I was actually looking on Twitter, and a lot of people were like, "Did she forget that this is not about Warrior and this is about the kid?"
Well, it is about Warrior though, man. Her husband died and she needs money. So I
Right.
mean, it is about the Ultimate Warrior. I don't know. Like you say the same thing every year,
Yeah.
but she has to remain like you don't want the Warrior Award being given out by CM Punk one year and then Rockstar Spud the next. So
Right.
there is a little bit of an importance there. Now,
Like, I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
mind that she does it. It's just, I feel like she goes on a little bit too long. And, like, Warrior's pretty much the only one that gets an induction speech every year. Like, he gets, like, 3 or 4 different, every year he gets a Hall of Fame speech.
I got you. I got you. That'll be something that they could fix. Like I said, man, if they don't show it live, you can condense that stuff down, man. Because
Yeah.
I have a whole new flow for next year's.
Yeah. And yeah, Mark Henry, after watching it, Mark Henry would have been a whole better way to end the show. I thought his was really good.
Cool. Awesome, man. Pretty cool. All right, so yeah, let's get to TakeOver, man. Let's
Yeah.
really start this show off right with TakeOver. Did I watch TakeOver live? No, I didn't get to watch TakeOver live, but I definitely ran. Listen, man, TakeOver is back to where it belongs as being the best show of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The better show on your big four, big five weekends. TakeOver was phenomenal, dude. From start to finish, it was good. I mean, like I'm way past having the over the top entrances, so I'm kind of finished with that. But
Right.
not only did we get an incredible ladder match, we
Mm-hmm.
had heel turns, we had a heavyweight championship match that not only crowned a new champion, but got almost and big face little body Zelina Vega over. So
Yep.
there was no loser in that match. And you still ended the night with one of the hottest rivalries feuds in NXT.
Yeah.
So you didn't go wrong. And plus you had Shayna Baszler finally beat Ember Moon, which Ember Moon gets called up, a couple of days later. So you didn't have any downside, like you didn't have a downside. You definitely didn't have a bathroom break.
No.
For this show. And it was solid from start to finish.
Yep.
What was your reaction? I mean, I hope I don't mean to take all the time for the reaction show, but man, TakeOver was phenomenal, dude.
It was. I mean, even the people that was down there and went to other indie shows still say that TakeOver was the best show of the weekend. So, I mean, that's saying something how good it was. I rated it an A plus show. 3 pluses.
You know the crazy thing about it? It didn't have a 5-star match.
I gave it 1.
Which one?
Gargano and Ciampa.
See, we always go back and forth over these 5-star matches. We listed, okay, what makes a 5-star match? Well, you gotta have feud, gotta have this spot, gotta have that spot, gotta have the crowd into it, right? It has to be over 25 minutes or something like that. Those are just like the lame stats that we tried to give to a 5-star match. But I'm not ready to say 5-star. But man, it was at least 4. It was a darn good match. It just showcases how if the feud is hot enough, the guys don't need to be 6'4" and 260 to put on a hell of a show and close the night out. You didn't have to show blood. Nope. He definitely had some weapons in there, but that was a great way to end the show, man. Great way to end the show.
Yeah, I mean, all the callbacks to their feud and stuff, like with the crutch and with the, with Gargano sitting beside Ciampa and like they did at the CWC and stuff, just all the callbacks and the emotion the match had from the feud they've had. And I mean, I just loved everything about it. It was definitely 5 stars for me.
Cool. Yeah.
And it may have beat out Jericho and Omega as my top match of the year so far.
Whew. Okay. All right. I mean, I can definitely see that. Just because you had Jericho and Omega, that feud was that built for 2 months. You damn near had like a year for this.
Yeah.
So it was well deserving of being the last one. I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked when it was the last match. And I'm serious. Going into it, I'm like, can they deliver? Because listen, I think the feud was hot, but I wondered, and I saw the CWC match. I wondered, was it hot enough to finish the night where you're like, damn, that was a great way to end the show.
Yeah.
And they totally surpassed my expectations.
Definitely. And as far as Alistair and Almas, that match was also really good. I gave it 4.5. I don't know. Part of me kind of wishes he would have held on to the belt a little bit more. I think he had a little bit more in him as a champion. Maybe even to like the June pay-per-view. But I mean, Alistair's not a bad choice.
Yeah, Alistair's not a bad choice. Like I said, man, I mean, Almas was a pretty good champion, but this match just really showcased Selena Vega, so yeah. Hopefully we get a rematch. And that one is gonna be a bar burner also. But that night was all about her, and that was really cool to see. Like I kept waiting for I think her name Johnny Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae.
Right.
I kept waiting for somebody to come in there and stop her from doing it. But that was part of the storyline. Ultimately, she cost him the match, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, man, that was a really good match. And I am kind of glad to see Alistair as champion, even cracking a couple of smiles when he had the belt in his hand. So we'll see what we get from this crew. I'm serious, man. We could have like a 4-way, Gargano, Ciampa, Almas, Drew whenever he comes back. But it'll be interesting to see what they have lined up in the heavyweight division.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the NXT tapings that happened tonight, and it looks like Gargano Ciampa is continuing.
Well, listen, I didn't think it would stop, but
right.
I think they could at least ride this out a little bit more and take it to maybe Money in the Bank or something.
Yeah. And there's no Almas on the show anywhere that they did the tapings.
They did all 3 or 4 hours?
Yeah, I don't think they did it. I mean, yeah, it's probably for the next month, I would guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, we'll see.
But we did get the match between the women that we wanted, Selena and Candice.
Oh, we got Candice. Well, see, that's what I'm saying, dude. She was put over heavily in that match. It would only make sense if you capitalize on that somehow, dude. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Yep.
Nice. And isn't she AJ Lee in the Paige movie?
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, it's gonna make sense that they showcase her a little bit more going into this whole Paige thing.
Definitely.
Okay.
And spoiler alert though, she doesn't win against Candice.
Well, I wasn't worried about. Well, listen, I didn't expect her to win against Candice. She's a heel, so it wouldn't really matter if she did or not.
Yep. So Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne, and he's a member of the Undisputed Era now.
Listen, I want to go back to when we did our predictions. and I said, if Adam Cole does double duty, he will win, and they will keep the titles because he's doing double duty. I didn't know how. I did not know how. I didn't say someone was going to turn heel. But even at the start of this thing, of the Dusty Classic, I never understood how in the Hellfire and Damnation, Roddy Strong was inserted into Mustache Mountain. Because I thought wasn't it Pete Dunne and what's the other dude's name?
Tyler Bate.
Yeah, I thought it was. Did they ever actually wrestle as a team?
No, Mustache Mountain is Trent
and Trent Seven. But everyone kept mentioning. So listen, it doesn't even matter how we got here. Somehow or another, Roddy Strong got into this tournament, and maybe if you're not watching every single NXT show, which we haven't, you would have figured out how he did that. But it just seemed a little off, man, because him as I don't know. Why didn't he pick No Way Jose? You know, it's just like none of that stuff made any sense.
Yeah, No Way Jose, new Raw superstar. No Way Jose.
Yeah, basically. But listen, it did make sense. Now he's with the Undisputed Era. Now we formally get that whole ROH contingent running things on NXT. And you got 5 other guys in the NAC section to fight against. So, you know, you got people to fight with. You definitely have opponents for the Undisputed Era, and we'll see where they go. How long is Bobby Fish out for?
I'm not sure, but given that they're making Roderick Strong O'Reilly's partner now,
yeah, okay,
I guess all right. It might be for a while.
Okay, well, yeah, if they're gonna do the free bird, the New Day rules, then it doesn't matter who's champion. We'll always see them with championship goals. So that's cool, man. I like that.
Yeah. And Adam Cole wins the ladder match.
Yeah. I knew what's the Lorcan?
Oni Lorcan? No, Lars Sullivan?
Lars Sullivan, yeah. I don't know why I want to say that. I know he wasn't gonna win it. I knew Killian Dane wasn't gonna win it. I put I put my money down on EC3.
Right.
Ricochet looks like a video game character.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks 4'2", but he's obviously going to be your new cruiserweight champion sooner or later.
Yep.
It was just awesome to see everyone in there. Velveteen Dream is still everyone's favorite. So that whole, I guess you would call him mid-card, but we've seen a mid-card can still headline. So that whole mid-card game is sick right now.
Definitely. I like Velveteen doing the cartwheel Death Valley driver on the ladder. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty. Like, there wasn't much that I didn't like about the show other than the start of the show, like where they didn't really do a video package.
Oh man, that band was terrible.
I don't judge bands. Like, honestly, I like terrible bands just so I can listen to them. But that was just a different. I'm just a nostalgic person, dude. I'm maybe a traditionalist. I need Triple H to come out every single show and start it that way. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me, I guess.
Speaking of musical guests, Ember Moon got a musical guest in Hellstorm to lead her to the ring.
Are you familiar with Hellstorm?
I've heard of them before.
Okay. It wasn't Shinsuke Nakamura-esque, but it was still pretty good, though.
Yeah. And I like the match.
Yeah, the match was solid. The match was very solid. Ember turned some of Shayna's little arm tricks and digit twitches against her, so that was cool. I still was a little shocked that Shayna beat her, but we see why, and she moves up, so right. I'm cool with it. That's cool.
Yeah, and I love the spot where after Ember had stomped on her arm, she puts her arm back in place by ramming her shoulder into the ring post.
See, that's the thing, man. When I was watching this show, I'm I'm trying to get a feel for the New Orleans crowd.
Yeah.
Because these are the same guys or people or crowd that were there when when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker. So, I see that they're a little hesitant, or the first 5-10 minutes of a match, they're a little quiet and then they get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, during that match, I was watching the crowd and they were just in amazement, man. I mean, as to what was going on, because that was a brutal match if you really pay attention to it. But still, man, it was a great way to end this short little rivalry that they had, and now Shayna's gonna dominate everywhere, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to thank this rivalry for finally getting me behind Ember, and now that she's on the main roster, I can actually, invest in her and be interested in what she does. Where probably if she would have come up before this feud, I don't know if I would have cared about anything she did on the main roster.
Yeah, she did a lot in this match that I don't think we've seen any of that in the time she's been in NXT. Yeah, we know she has a stunner. She has that little the little flip into the turnbuckle punch or forearm, but I think that was it. Now she's pulling out different types of sweeps and different other moves, kicks and things like that, which adds to the arsenal. Not sure if she has the 25 moves of death yet, but we'll see, man. She's on the main roster now. Not sure where she'll go next week, but it'll be fun to see her stun some people on Raw or SmackDown.
Definitely. And as far as Shayna goes, it'll be interesting to see who her next challenger is.
I mean, I would assume it's Kairi Sane, but dude, she's gonna demolish everybody. It's she's gonna be the new Asuka. She's gonna demolish everybody, man. And that's how it's gonna be until Chris Cyborg shows up or something. I mean, like who's gonna beat Shayna Baszler?
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody. She might be another one that has to give up the women's title.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was TakeOver.
Now let's get to WrestleMania, dude. Like we got to get to WrestleMania now.
Yeah, because if we don't get onto it soon, we'll be here until 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know if you want. I don't think we need to go match by match.
Nah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you how I feel about the show. Now, I did watch the kickoff show. I kind of like the spacing. I'm still disgusted that Mustafa and Cedric went on in the middle. Yes, there was a crowd there, but at least they got to go on nationally televised TV because wasn't it on NBC for the second hour or something like that? USA for the second hour. Okay, so I mean that was kind of cool. The men's battle royal, they actually had a house show clip that got leaked where that was the ending. So I had seen that ending before, which is kind of silly. And the women's battle royal,
I didn't like it.
Listen, it was it was Sunday. I knew I was gonna be on the couch for 6 or 7 hours. I was like, okay, it's fine. I don't even want to grade that. I didn't understand how Naomi still won it, but whatever.
Yes, supposedly she was never eliminated.
Yeah, but you didn't even see. They went to a commercial break and everybody was outside on the apron. Like everybody's outside. So
between the commercial breaks and the camera cuts.
So
really bad.
Yeah, it was disgusting. I thought they should have just let Bayley win it and just that would have been a great moment.
I actually think Becky's the one that needed it the most. I mean, Naomi, they're not really doing anything with her, but she still gets shine from being on Total Divas. Like, she still has a good following because of that. Becky, she don't really have anything right now. I'm hoping she goes to Raw next week.
We'll see. We'll see. But now Naomi looks like a fool dancing around a trophy that looks like a vagina with handles on it.
Mm-hmm. And ribbons.
Freaking ribbons. Okay, so that's 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, that's 1 hour. That's the one forgettable hour and then one solid hour. Let's just go ahead and say that.
Right.
Then we start this thing. Now, Trent, from 7 o'clock to 12, from 6 o'clock to 12. It's tough. From 6 to about 10, I was full go, bro. Like, I mean, this was probably a dominant show. I could have went to sleep happy. 6 to 10. From 10 to 12, I don't even want to even think about it. And I don't even remember the 10 to 12 matches. I just know at around maybe 10, 15, I was like, man, this is crazy, dude. I got to go to work tomorrow. Kids got to go to school tomorrow.
Right.
I got a suggestion, man. Why don't they do it, especially with this card? If you know that you're having this kind of card, this kind of freaking lineup, why don't you split it over 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
Cena and The Undertaker and AJ and Nakamura could have been the main event for the first night.
Yeah.
Brock and Roman, Ronda, Kurt, Triple H, and Stephanie could have been, your big matches. and then everything else would have fell in place. You didn't have like you basically had 2 bathroom breaks. You had the and unfortunately they were both the tag title matches.
Yeah.
But that's it. Now the matches that end the show are just the matches that end the show. However they need to end the show, that's how they need to end the show. And we'll get to those. But man, 6 hours?
Yeah. I don't know why they don't do it on 2 different days.
I couldn't do it, man. Like I couldn't. And then if you're ending it like that, come on, dude. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Match by match, or what you want to do?
Nah, we're not going match by. Let's get to the matches that everyone's talking about, dude. Let's get to the matches that everyone. Because listen, I don't think anyone has a problem with match 1 through with 6 o'clock through 10 o'clock. Yeah, I don't think anybody has an issue with that.
So would that include the Cena Undertaker thing?
What do you feel about Cena Undertaker?
Well, first off, they kept getting on my nerves when they kept switching to Cena during the pre-show when I was trying to watch a match. But I feel a little bit robbed. Like, I know people are saying, well, you probably don't want to see Undertaker in a full match. Well, I don't want to see him in a 20-minute match, but give him at least 10, 12 minutes. I don't want to see a 2-minute squash match between 2 of the biggest stars in the world. I don't want to see that. I came to see an actual match. I sit through a month of Cena complaining about not getting a match at WrestleMania, and he gets one in the last 2 minutes. I feel like I wasted my time listening to John Cena for the last month.
But Trent, I had said, Cena's going to talk all this smack, and then the Undertaker is going to show up, come out there, choke slam him, tombstone him, give him a last ride, and put him in a casket. Now, that's not exactly what happened, but it's in some way, form, or fashion. That's what did happen. Undertaker came out there looking bald as ever. I swore that I thought his hat had the hair attached to it. And I would have been happy if he pulled the hat off and he was bald. But to have the extensions was just terrible. But yeah, he came out there and he squashed him. And basically squashed him like, don't you ever come out your mouth talking about me, or he may need to buy the same shirt that Titus flaunts around. Don't try me, try Jesus.
Right.
He beat him down. I mean, there was a lot of smack talk on John Cena's part, but we didn't have so much of a feud to have a 20-minute match. So I was fine with it. I didn't know how many viewers or people that paid because it was free would sign up or pay or whatever to come to it if the Undertaker was there. So having him as a semi-attraction, not sure if he was going to show up, but kind of sure he was. I thought it was cool, man. I mean, it was a nostalgic feel to have him back and not have him in there for 20-something minutes, wondering if he's going to lose and all this. Just come out there, have him, roll his eyes, take off his hat, give the death sign, choke slam somebody and them out of their misery. RIP 1, 2, 3.
But I mean, like, the thing with this match that short is, with everything else that happened on this show, a couple of years from now, I feel this might be one of the matches that people actually forget happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was an impromptu match. Well, let me ask you this. If they didn't have a match and they came down there, or Undertaker came out there, choke slamming and did all that stuff and then walked off, would you feel any different?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Better or worse?
Better.
Okay. I mean, listen, I don't think it's going to be remembered as a big match. Didn't they have a Rock and Cena versus Bray Wyatt match or something like that?
Right. Yeah, that was like 1 second.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, they do all this crazy stuff, man. So I didn't really mind it.
Like, somebody suggested, and I think I would have been a whole lot better fine with this, if when Elias came down, him and Cena actually had a real match, and during that match, Undertaker came out and laid him out. I think I'd have been better, satisfied with that, the way they did it that way.
Yes, I totally agree. I think what they did was unnecessary, but at the same time, it served its purpose. Like, you wanted a match, I'm going to destroy you. And you still build the legacy of The Undertaker, to the detriment of John Cena. Now, will we get a match at SummerSlam? Will we get a match at Survivor Series? Maybe.
I think we'll get an actual match at WrestleMania next year, like a full-length match.
You never know. So that could be what this was done for. But either way, he destroyed him like I predicted.
Yep, you did. Let's see, what else matches can we talk about? You want to talk about the streak ending?
I predicted the streak would end only because now what I didn't see happening was the Asian decline, if you want to call it that.
Right.
Hashtag no Asians winning.
They got their time at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Having their time.
I have no idea what man, that was just crazy. But when you have Ronda on the show, you're not gonna see Asuka do an armbar.
Yeah, she was actually told not to.
Yeah, but I mean, like you can kind of put two and two together to get 6 on that one, buddy. Like it was easy to see that she wasn't gonna be able to do an armbar because people would get confused.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm pretty shocked about it.
Even though Charlotte did break out a Spanish fly that was two of in the cruiserweight match.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, they did a Spanish fly. Listen, it was cool to see. It was scary to see.
Yeah.
But they just did that. So you know, like you give and take. And I don't think Asuka looked strong in that match at all.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think she really looked strong in that match.
She definitely didn't look strong in the finish when she gave up to the figure 4, which Charlotte was putting on with one arm, and this was after that Asuka's leg had not been worked on any in the whole match.
That's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't a fan of how it went down. I pretty much knew it was going to happen though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and then after that, they have to get Asuka on the mic to put her over. Like the win itself was putting her over. Why did they need Asuka to do that?
You know why, man. You know why. You have to bow down, right? You gotta kiss the ring. So yeah, I was totally against the after match promo. What I don't know. Mm-hmm. I will say this.
They don't even get their aftermath. That's when Rudy Charles runs down to tell John Cena Undertaker's there.
Did you? None of this stuff makes sense. Like that's like the second or third. I think we just need to get used to women's matches, women's segments being just disturbed and interrupted by guys. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. One match that wasn't disturbed and was actually a whole lot better than we expected. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie. This was my match of the night.
Ronda Rousey defied expectations, but not only did she do that, she put every other, I guess you got to call them celebrity or just non-WWE entity to shame. Mm-hmm. Lawrence Taylor, Pete Rose, Floyd Mayweather, Snooki, Stephen Amell, all of them, man. Every single one of them, man. I can't even lace Ronda's boots.
No.
So to see that type of performance, man, you got to give credit to Sarah Amato, all of her other trainers. Mm-hmm. The timing was there. Yep. The confidence was there. Now, I think this is just like a gimmick. So she comes down to the ring any and every time, smiling.
Yeah.
But when she hits the ring, it's serious, or she has a trigger. To me, it was the funniest thing. She comes down to the ring, smiling, and then it's like Kurt gives her a hug, and I swore he whispers in her ear, "Stop effing smiling." And she gets serious. But you know, like same thing happened on Monday night. She was smiling, and then she just turned that switch and then became serious. So I like that, man. She did a hell of a job. That match I think that match will go down as one of the best matches ever outside of it being from a non-WWE talent.
Yeah,
it was solid. It was shocking. It was so good. You're like, damn, this is pretty good.
The crazy thing is, I said, unlike the other celebrities, it ain't gonna be just a one-time thing. She's gonna be doing this more often, so we get to see more of these performances from her.
Yeah, very true. If they're with incredible talents like Triple H and Stephanie, maybe it's a little easier. Week in, week out, I would like to see this type of stuff. I don't want to see the Dana Brooks stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, she had 3 or 4 months to prepare for this, man. Let's be honest. Week to week, let's see how she performs.
Yeah.
This was a great start, though. Great start.
This match was doing pretty good. He was still a little bit slow, but he felt more like Kurt Angle than he did in the first 2 matches that he had.
Yeah, man. I just like the fact that it didn't stay a mixed match for long. Like you really had kind of a tornado tag at the end. And you just had a lot of interaction with Ronda and Triple H, Ronda and Stephanie. So it was it was good, man. It was solid.
I mean, even Stephanie was good in the match. I thought she played her role very well.
And this wasn't gimmicky, man. Like this was a straight up wrestling match that it lived beyond everyone's expectations, dude. It was a really good match.
Yeah, I mean, I was scared a couple of times that Triple H and Stephanie were going to actually get the win, but she finally won in the end. Then the next night, she comes out and breaks her arm again.
Yeah. Like you got to do the post WrestleMania spots so everyone can go home happy, because maybe some of those people didn't get a ticket to WrestleMania, but they got a ticket to Raw. So, you got to appease those people too.
I wonder what she does next. Because she knows Stephanie's going to have like somebody to try to take her on or something. Like Stephanie's going to, get somebody from the roster to fight her.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I kind of want to see where we go from here. If she is in a continual fight with Stephanie, if she gets thrown, what was Paige? Go ahead.
I wouldn't mind seeing because Ronda's thing's breaking arms. I wouldn't mind Becky going heel and Becky being her next opponent.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. Like first she has to get better on the mic,
right,
and then have some matches. But she needs to have some kind of squashes, right?
Yeah.
So
I think that you could use the Absolution girls for that.
Absolution. That's what I was trying to. I don't know why I kept thinking Ambition.
If they come over the Riot Squad or something.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, man, because you kind of want to see what the whole spectrum of what she can do is, but you don't want to see it wasted on Becky Lynch or Naomi. Like you kind of don't even want to see it on the Riot Squad because that's an instant squash. But we got to see what she can do.
Definitely. Let's see. New Day, Usos, and the Bludgeon Brothers. It was pretty good, but it was a 4-on-2 match, not a triple threat match.
Yeah.
But for what it was all right. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeating Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Solid match. Not really a big fan of Shane being the focal point of the match when Daniel Bryan is injured for a little while, but once Daniel comes back, it was. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that they that Daniel won it, which meant that Kevin and Sami are fired. Even when you're doing the call, like I would have thought that they would have beat Shane.
Yeah.
But I mean, you keep Daniel Bryan hot, which I guess you wanted to do too. So I can't knock it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess they have some kind of plan for Sami and Kevin since they didn't win their way Monday to Raw.
Yeah, maybe Paige brings them back, man. But you never know with the Superstar Shakeup what we're gonna get.
Yeah. Let's see, Nia and Alexa.
Just solid overall, man. I wasn't a fan of. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. Nia has a golden crotch. Like, come on, baby. Like, I get it. I get the outfit. I definitely get the outfit. But obviously, when you have areas of yourself that are noticeable,
right?
Outlining them in gold will be noticed. It's eye catching. So having a golden crotch, it just goes along with the gold that she wears around her waist. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this match, I would have had it maybe go a few minutes shorter, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't a total squash, which I'm kind of okay with because I like like Alexa getting a little bit of an advantage just because she's my girl. But I liked everything that Alexa did. It didn't work, and Nia used her power and overpowered her, and then powered her, and then at the end she wins. At the beginning of the match, she beats the crap out of Mickie James.
Yeah, she got rid of Mickie James quick. That was I really liked the start of the match, and then she kind of just took control after that. Like, you did have the slip on a banana peel. Oh, let Alexa take advantage for a quick second, but Nia came back and gave her the Samoan drop off the top. So that's it.
Yeah. We didn't talk about the opening match. I thought that was a really good match too. Seth Rollins, The Miz, and Finn Balor.
Dude, I don't know. You feel like you see that every night on every Monday night. It was a great way to start off the show. Oh my gosh, it was a great way to start off the show. But I was like, man,
Did you like
Okay.
Balor's entrance?
Why didn't Darren Young get that?
Yeah.
Because for a while you got to think about, oh yeah, Finn's not gay. I think he's banging Kelly Kathy or Kathy Kelly or whatever her name is.
I was wondering that because they were sitting beside each other at the Hall of Fame. I was wondering if they were together or not.
Yeah, they've smashed. So I don't. Balor Club is now inclusive for everyone. Whatever, dude.
I mean, I guess it's all right. I mean, I get, they probably should have had Darren Young do it, but now that Darren Young's not there, it's cool they have somebody doing it.
Yeah, but is the Balor Club gay now? Like what?
No, I just think. I mean, everybody can be a part of it. There's no
exclusion
in this, which I mean, there never was for the Bullet Club either.
Dude, didn't have shirts where this doesn't have to apply for Balor Club.
Yeah,
have WWE themed shirts, like have the King of LGBT style or something. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Some of it's probably Finn went to him and asked him if he could do it. He's probably very maybe he's close to the cause. Maybe he knows somebody's that way that's in the LGBT community or something.
It was a shock to see that as your WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah.
When you haven't
came out last, I was thinking we were going to get the Demon because it was weird that he came out last.
Yeah, it was very weird. When you come out like that, like you got to think about it, dude. I mean, this is his first WrestleMania, and that's how you come out. It just came. It seemed like a shot, If they had started this whole Balor Club is for everyone, and he was coming out with armbands with the rainbow colors on them for weeks and weeks and weeks, I wouldn't thought anything of it. But then you just see a bunch of people with rainbow Balor Club shirts on. Like, what the hell is this? So I mean, it looked cool, but a little bit of a shocker.
Yeah. One thing I did like was Seth Rollins' blue contacts he had. Even though he's burning it down, he's got eyes of ice. The
mask, the Mardi Gras mask on the on the WrestleMania stage, that was blue. So I'm watching it on one of my resources, and people like, oh my gosh, he has blue eyes, and I'm like, yeah, that thing does have blue eyes. I had to watch it back to see this. And then I hated that WrestleMania setup, like the stage. I hated that. Sorry, I just hated it. But the holograms were kind of a nice touch. They were different than the little words and graphics that are coming on the screen, but the holograms were pretty cool.
Definitely. We don't have to talk about it, but screw you, WWE, for putting the title back on Jinder over Rusev.
You got to have somebody chasing Jinder, dude. You got to have somebody chasing. That's it. That's all I can think of.
Yeah. And then they don't even get the title. Rusev don't even get a title match at Backlash. It's Orton again.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody.
AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Really kind of fell asleep on the match, dude. Not fell asleep, but just like, dude, I'm tired. Like I was tired. So when AJ wins, you're like, what the hell?
Right.
Like dude, at this point, when you're watching WrestleMania, you need to see titles change hands, dude, especially ones that are, potentially game changing. So I was rooting for Shinsuke, and when he didn't win it, I'm like, damn, this kind of sucks. So I turned I think I went in the other room, and then I come back and everyone's booing Shinsuke.
Yeah.
So that was a change. That was unexpected. And he totally lived up to a heel, what a heel can be on Tuesday night. So I'm very excited to see what they can do with Shinsuke as a heel. But it was a little weird Sunday night seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, the match itself, it wasn't the classic that everybody thought it would be.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna be. If it was the last match, I figured it would have been a classic. If it was the last match, I thought it would have been better than Sami Zayn Shinsuke.
Yeah.
But when it wasn't, like I said, dude, I was asleep, man. I was getting tired. I didn't have any interest to watch a dream match. I wasn't hyped for a dream match at that point. I just wanted Shinsuke to win, and he didn't.
He was hyped for the bed.
I was hyped for some Z's, my friend. I was so tired. It was
Nakamura had an awesome entrance with Nia Strauss playing the guitar. That was really cool.
I liked it. I did. I I really did like that.
We got to talk about Charlotte's entrance also, playing back to WrestleMania 30 when she was part of Triple H's entrance.
Charlotte's entrance was cool. It was this whole Queen thing. I was like, okay, I like that was cool.
Yeah.
I think she had the best entrance of the night.
Yeah, I mean, and then Alexa got the Pepsi Diet Coke version of it.
What do you mean? What do you mean the Diet Pepsi Diet
kind of
Coke?
supposed to be the same thing.
It
Like she's a goddess.
it was.
But it just didn't have the same, feel as Charlotte.
It was very light. It was very light. Yeah.
Speaking of entrances, the bar came out on a Mardi Gras float.
I didn't understand any of that though.
And then Braun Strowman comes out and he destroys said float.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand it. Like, I get that Braun destroys it, but I just didn't understand I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's Mardi Gras, New Orleans.
I get that. I don't know. It was late. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. They could have did this in 2 days, my friend. Because at a certain point, you're like, especially if you've been there since 5 o'clock.
Oh, and somebody said their seats were very uncomfortable. That they had
Trent. Dude, because you got to think about it, especially for the people that were on the floor. Mm-hmm. You're in just regular ass chairs, dude.
Yeah.
For the people that are sitting in those football seats, I don't know if those are even cushioned or maybe, if you've been to the Mercedes-Benz stadium before or super dome, whatever, you bring like a ass pad or something like that. But I couldn't imagine being there since 5 o'clock and then getting hyped for a Mardi Gras float, dude. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about being there for hours on hours. It's only natural that, people will kind of just die off and tire out.
Yep. And then we have new tag team champions, Braun Strowman and Nicholas.
So I'm waiting for Rey Mysterio to show up. I'm waiting for Bobby Lashley to show up.
Samoa Joe, Big Cass, James Ellsworth, Big Show, Mark Henry.
Anybody, dude. And when he says you, I'm thinking he picked up a plant in the audience, but it's a kid. Yeah. And I mean, listen, at that point, you need something to wake your ass up, man. I'm sorry, dude. So it was cool, especially when Nicholas got in and the crowd was chanting, yes, 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 yes. But he squashed them, and I compare it only to the previous tag team match that we got. Obviously, Vince does not care about tag teams. Mm-hmm. So this was a bathroom break. You got to put that into context. And it gave people a little funny moment. And you didn't really have a serious match that would have been a letdown. So it sucks for the bar to lose tag titles over something as silly as this, but it was somewhat of a moment.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking like he was going to get like Ellsworth out of the crowd or some other wrestler, not a kid. And just for everybody to know, it's referee John Cone is his kid.
Yeah, they play that up a little bit more on Monday night with the kid, I guess, actually being seasoned. The kid was truly one of the better plants that you've ever seen on Sunday night, just being nervous as hell.
Yeah.
But
he might have actually been that nervous and being in the middle of a ring in front of all them people. I would be.
Yeah, true. They did a good job with it though. At first I thought it was a girl. I'm not gonna lie, but
I did too.
It was different, but it was memorable.
Yeah. And then we get to the finale of the night: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title.
Go ahead, go first.
Brock Lesnar, I'm ready for him to go somewhere and get off my TV and not be champion anymore. The dude was very reckless at the beginning. He almost dropped Roman Reigns on his head with them suplexes twice. One time he throws him into the table, and then it don't take long and he's blowed up and look like he's done run a marathon. I just think I was definitely behind Roman Reigns in this match. I don't get why they did what they did, but just didn't make any sense. The story they've been telling that he didn't end up winning.
Okay. You're exactly right. Within a couple of minutes, Brock looked like he was in an orgy with a bunch of hippopotamuses. I mean, the level of sweat that was coming down was like, damn, son, do you even run on a treadmill at all?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this match at all. Obviously, it was a spot fest that went on entirely too long. Not sure if there was some kind of disconnect with what the finish should be, but Kurt, like he gave Kurt 3 of them. Pretty sure he gave somebody else 4, and now you're doing 5, and you kick out of 5. It was a little off, and for Roman Reigns to keep kicking out, but then still keep also getting F5'd again and again and again, and then to be busted open to really trigger some kind of rage, but then to get put down again, it just didn't make a lot of sense. And like you said, you built this up, but you built it up for WrestleMania for things to change.
Yeah.
And nothing changes. My only guess is that we see something change hands at this Abu Dhabi place.
Saudi Arabia.
Whatever. That's the only thing I can think of, man. Because if this king or whoever they're performing for gave Vince McMahon a fountain of youth and an unlimited supply of oil.
I think this king is Vince Russo because the number of gimmick matches we have on the show is ridiculous.
I have no idea who this king is or why they're doing this show, to be honest with you.
Why they're doing a show in a country that won't allow women when they're in a women's evolution,
Friday at noon. I don't know who's gonna be watching it Friday at noon, but maybe that's where they're going, man.
Keep adding matches to that show too. Keep adding.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Brock. I guess he gets people in the building, man. I guess he does. But if he's not on the show on Monday nights, what does that matter, my friend? I just don't understand it.
How are you not even on the biggest show, the biggest Raw of the year, which is the Raw after WrestleMania?
When realistically, all you do is show up and stand in the ring while somebody else talks.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you do, my friend. You couldn't stay there for one more day. So I don't know how many people are over Brock Lesnar. And my thing is, like I've always said before, if people come out to see him and they chant for him or they boo him or if they give him a reaction, it only adds more to it. If they just sat there and didn't do anything,
right,
then you wouldn't see any more Brock Lesnar or you wouldn't have this matchup again. But I think people came there and they were playing with beach balls and things like that, chanting, "This is awful," which it was. It was terrible. Yeah. It wasn't what anyone expected to see or wanted to see. Everyone came there, ready to boo Roman Reigns, but also ready to see him win the title.
Yeah.
And for a change. So when you don't see that and it's damn near midnight, you're like, what the hell is going on?
After you sit through a match where Brock can barely, breathe, like he's so blown up and bloated, he can barely pick Roman up to suplex him.
You're sitting there looking at a train wreck, and this is the match that you're there for to see.
Yeah,
I think it was a bad decision as far as the outcome of the match. Mm-hmm. And I think it was a terrible decision to structure it that way with Roman not getting in a lot of offense and to get thrown around like a rag doll and to just get pummeled, busted open the hard way for nothing, literally nothing. Why
do you have somebody bleeding like that? I mean, that's the visual you usually give when they're busted open, but they're going to finally make that comeback, and that's going to make them turn into another gear, and they're going to fire away, and they're finally going to beat the person. But no, he just bled for nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know who thought that was a good way to end the match, especially after he kicks out of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know who thought that was a really good choice. Not only are you going to beat up Roman Reigns, but then you're going to bust him open and then finish him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts about the whole thing where you listened to that reaction show, didn't you? That I sent you the link.
I listened to Place to Be Nation. I listened to a lot of reaction shows. I will say this, Place to Be Nation, I will give them their due, but I also think they're full of what a lot of times. I mean, I agree with some of the stuff that they were saying, but I don't know, bro. Like, it just wasn't. At the end of the day, it was a bad decision to put that match on.
Yeah. I
mean, that's it. Yeah, like, I don't have anything else to say.
Like they said on that reaction show, if they weren't going to put the belt on Roman, then why did they not just do Brock and Braun?
Well, that's the thing, dude. You don't know. The reason I'm not going to beef with other shows, but yeah,
Yeah,
people.
please don't, because I'm part of their chat
Yeah,
room, right?
I
Their
know, I
private
know,
chat
I
groups.
know. Well, yeah, I got a guy texted me that was it's like, no, you don't. The fact of the matter is, Brock, and the whole holding him up for money and or holding the show, none of that stuff happens, dude. He signs a contract maybe the day prior, maybe a couple of months ago, and then it gets renewed. So why would you sign a contract to and lose that night and then get renewed for the? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So once you know that he signed the contract, okay, then it makes sense. Now you got to figure out how to actually do the match, and the way that they did the match made Brock look like a badass, but it made Brock in the ring just showed how out of shape and just how trash he is. So like you're I can't say you're wasting money because I guess he's an attraction, but who wants to see Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps putting on performances like that more and more, the less of an attraction he's going to be. People are not going to want to see him.
We've seen this a million. Well, that's what I'm saying, Trent. We've seen this over and over. Last year, well, I don't think it was last year, but the match with Dean, any match that he doesn't want to be a part of, it turns to crap.
Yeah.
So what are we saying that it's going to be different on any of these other matches? It's going to be suplex. Maybe.
Yeah, but only recently has he got where he's like can't even go hardly. Like at least in those matches he could go, but ever since like the Braun match, he's not been able to go.
Right. You don't see the level of passion or the will to, I don't know, make it even look half decent. But
I mean, here's the thing. Yes, Roman got booed, but there were a whole lot less boos than what he had at 31. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, he got booed just because people want to be that guy that boos him. Like you didn't have a reason to boo Roman Reigns this year.
No,
you didn't have any. You didn't have any reason to boo him. In that match, you had a reason to chant, "This is awful," and that's where they ended up being. Man, I mean that was.
God, imagine if they would have like took the title off Brock and give it to Braun, and then we would have got Braun and Roman at WrestleMania. They probably would have done an amazing match. I think they would have done a really good match.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why you still have Brock on the roster.
Yeah.
Because if Brock is on the roster, that means he's going to be champion until somebody is worthy enough to beat him. And
if Roman keeps getting beat by him, nobody's going to believe that Roman can beat him. So who do they have in mind to beat him?
The only thing I can imagine is Seth. Seth has to beat him. And the whole burn it down is him burning down Suplex City. That's the only thing I can think of.
Like he burnt down the thing in the video game.
Like he burned down. Who did he beat when he won his title? Did he pin Roman or pin Brock?
Pin Roman, I think.
I'm assuming that he pinned Roman. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, dude. Like if people keep screaming burn it down, then you build up to that, and then he finally beats Brock, and then Seth finally goes up, well, not finally, but goes up against Roman saying, "Hey, I beat Brock and you couldn't do it." That's the only thing I can think of, dude. Because yeah, you might get him and Braun. I don't know, but it's not like Brock's gonna lose that title in June or July. The earliest he could lose it is in August at SummerSlam. Maybe not until Survivor Series because he's Brock Lesnar.
Right. Yep.
Which sucks. But that's how they structured it.
Yeah, and some reason Vince has a hard on for him. So
yeah.
But anyway, I mean, we talked about some stuff that happened on Raw and stuff, but see if there's anything. We had some debuts. We had Ember debuting. We had what else we have?
We had Bobby Lashley debut.
Bobby Lashley returned, yes, and beat up Elias.
Right.
Happy to see Bobby in there. We love you, Bobby.
Are you a Bobby Lashley fan?
I wasn't at first, but since watching this stuff in TNA, I am.
Okay, cool. I think we'll see Bobby Lashley and Brock.
Yeah.
Soon.
Could that be the guy that stops him?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm a fan of Bobby Lashley. I don't think Bobby Lashley pushes the needle because back in the day when you needed to be 6'4" and you basically breed steroids, he probably would have been the guy. But you don't need
Right.
to do that anymore. I don't think you needed to do it back then, but you definitely don't need to do that now. So if they try to make him, that figure on the roster, having, muscles on top of muscles,
right?
That him versus Brock could be your SummerSlam main event. Money in the Bank main event or something like that, and maybe it's Bobby Lashley. Doesn't Bobby Lashley have an MMA background or something?
Yeah,
maybe it's Bobby Lashley, but that's a new addition to the. And we got how's that? That's cool too. So
it'd be good to see him on main event stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Will probably be his home pretty soon.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We also had AOP debut.
Yeah, AOP debuts. Wasn't as a strong debut as I had hoped for, but and then they get rid of Paul Ellering, which may come back to hurt him. But yeah, man. So we got some fresh new faces, and of course Paige retires for in-ring activity. Yeah, well, not a day, but she retires for in-ring activity. Hopefully we don't have to see that whack trailer for her new movie.
Oh man, that's the longest trailer ever.
It's not the longest trailer ever. It's the fact that you saw it at least once.
Times.
Oh my gosh, jeez. I know I knew all the words by the end of it.
Yeah. I think we've seen it at least twice through the pre-show.
You at least saw it 6 times that night.
Yeah.
At least 6 times.
Let's see, on SmackDown, we had the Iconics debut and beat down Charlotte. And then Carmella, Fabulous, cashes in and wins the SmackDown Women's title. And for some reason, Mike Chioda, the referee, has a bit of amnesia or something because he takes forever to ring the bell.
Are you sure you want to do this now? Really? Now? You want to do this now? Do you really want to do? How many damn questions? She's screaming at you. Like what?
She's screaming. She's not even telling you quietly.
Man, son, like why are you stalling that much? I still had a feeling that Charlotte would, somehow reverse it or pin her or something like that.
I did too. So how long does Carmella keep his belt? Till Backlash?
I don't know, bro. Since we have the Superstar Shakeup, maybe you get rid of Asuka. Maybe she has a kinship with the Iconic duo. You need to tell me who has booty though, because I got a text saying, "Look at all that booty." I'm like, where?
Well, I guess it just butt, not booty. I guess you would say, like everybody has.
There was a lot of pancake booty.
Yeah,
there was a lot of pancake booty. But no, the Iconics duo's breasts look awesome. And they
Peyton Royce stole Emma's little hip swivel thing she used to do.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Ring of Honor. You'd have made Tenille Dashwood losing the pre-show semifinals for your Women of Honor tournament.
Tenille Dashwood. They're gonna fit well on SmackDown if they stay on SmackDown. They're gonna fit well. The promo the promo work that they did works well. I always think there's a place for Angelina Sky and Velvet.
Angelina Love and Velvet Sky.
Yeah, what were they called again?
The Beautiful People.
The Beautiful People. And then Layla and Michelle McCool. Like there's always going to be a spot on a show for a duo like that. Like Mickey and Alexa never really got to that point, but it's always going to be a spot for them to do their thing. So I'm happy for them.
Yeah, and for some reason, like Alexa comes over, I could see her partnering with Iconic.
Yeah, I just feel somebody's gonna partner with Iconic because I don't think they're called the Iconics now or something like that.
Well, it's actually the Iconics. There's like 2 eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're gonna be on. I don't know which show they're gonna be on. Maybe they'll just stay on SmackDown, but they're gonna be a hit wherever they are.
Yep. And then in the main event, we had Daniel Bryan defeating AJ by DQ when Nakamura came in and low blowed AJ about 10 times.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm surprised they put Daniel Bryan on. You stupid. He already got kids. I'm surprised they put Daniel Bryan just back in the spot like that quick. But I guess they want to showcase him as one of the top guys that quick. But that's cool.
Does look like he's changed his style a little bit. It seems like he's not doing the headbutts and he's not doing suicide dives. So
he's not. I don't know. I mean, certain times he gets slammed down. We're not in the head of Daniel Bryan, and we're not a part of the medical staff after the show or after the match to see, what's being done. But
Right.
looks like he's full go, man. So
Yep.
good luck to Daniel Bryan.
Definitely. So that was our WrestleMania weekend. I guess we can talk about who is somebody you want to see moved over to another brand in this superstar shakeup.
I don't know, bro, because I mean, like, if you take one, you give it away. Like last year, people just showed up. Last year we had SmackDown without a heavyweight champion for like 2 weeks or something, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because like the heavyweight title was getting determined at the pay-per-view or something like that. I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I think Charlotte needs to come back to Raw just to build up the 4 horsewomen thing.
Right. So Becky would go to Raw too.
Becky would go to Raw. I'm thinking Ember Moon goes over. Yeah, I'm thinking Alexa and Ember Moon go over to SmackDown. I'm pretty sure. I think wasn't Asuka doing double duty anyway?
She was during this feud, but I think she's still actually a Raw person.
But see but dude, that's the thing. The pay-per-views are gonna be double branded.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much we will see of switching. Like obviously Kevin and Sammy might come over to Raw, or Paige might have a heart and sign him back. But like, you're gonna get weird coincidences. I don't think we'll get Carmella on Raw.
No, I thought we was before she won the title.
Right. I do think we may get the Usos or New Day back over to Raw.
Yeah, I kind of hope it's New Day, because I want Revival to go over to SmackDown, because even though on both brands, neither brand, the tag teams are that important, but just a tad bit more important on SmackDown. And I would love to see a Revival Usos feud.
And for some reason, I think we're going to get Finn going over to SmackDown.
Yeah, him or Rollins. Well, I guess it'd have to be him, unless they move Jinder to Raw.
Something like that. Like I think you're going to get your mid card champions switched around, or people in that mid card feud kind of switched around. Not to mention that we still got Dean, we still got Big Cass. Those are kind of outliers. Not sure where they go. Not even sure if they
Jordan.
Yeah, Jason Jordan. Not sure if Almas is called up. But yeah, like, I don't think Roman Reigns is going over to SmackDown.
No.
Like, I don't think
about Miz
that's what I'm
with Brian.
Maybe so.
Or Brian to Raw. They could do that too.
They could do Brian to Raw. They definitely could do Brian to Raw. I don't know. It's a lot that you could do, but I don't know how much good you would do by doing it, since it's still a double branded pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, the shows will have some new feuds and things like that, but if the pay-per-views are staying the same, I don't know how much you do by switching it up.
Yeah.
And it may just be a gimmick to get you to watch. You never know.
Yeah. So the next show we have, the next pay-per-view, I guess you'd call it a pay-per-view or a special, is this Greatest Royal Rumble from Saudi Arabia, which at this rate, if they keep adding more matches, might be longer than WrestleMania.
So it's more of a gimmicky show. You got a stupid big battle royal, Triple H fighting John Cena for no reason, and a cage match. What's the casket match for?
I have no idea. It's Undertaker versus Rusev. Poor Rusev. He said, "Go ahead and bury me softly, brother," on Twitter.
The Undertaker's gonna be on the show?
Yeah.
I don't understand this. What? So the Undertaker dies John Cena, but he just willingly accepts a challenge from Rusev?
I reckon.
This doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be just one of those shows where it's like just a show, not doing storylines or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a extravagant house show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they're also they haven't officially announced it on TV, but they're now promoting a 4-way ladder match for the IC title.
What?
Between Miz, Balor, Rollins, and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
I'm not sure how Joe gets in that title picture, since he's supposed to be feuding with Roman.
It's just that's what I'm saying. Like, this is just, hey, we're just going to showcase everybody. Triple H going against John Cena just makes no sense at all.
No.
So I'm not watching this thing, man. I mean, I'm not watching it. So
I'm gonna watch it. I just like Royal Rumble matches.
Wait, is it a battle royal or a Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble.
And they still haven't.
Men.
What in the world? And they still haven't decided what happens to the person that wins.
They haven't said that the winner gets anything.
Yeah, I'm not watching this.
Not even a trophy that looks like a female anatomy.
When
a trophy that looks like a male anatomy.
When you watch, because it's on the 26th,
28th.
It's a Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, that's 26, 27, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll watch it and tell me how it is, bro. Because you still have that
on my blog.
Yeah, like you still have that and Backlash. So I'm not sure what the purpose of having the show is, other than to satisfy some king over in Saudi Arabia.
Right, but that was our WrestleMania week,
and a great week it was, man. Last 5 or 6 days was just awesome, man. You got a lot of people talking. We're looking forward to the Superstar shakeup this coming week. But WrestleMania has us talking, and that's all it should do, man. It's
no matter how bad it is, it's always going to have us talking. That's kind of our job, I guess you'd say. Even though we don't get paid to do this.
I was so impressed by the first half of the show, first 3/4 of the show, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I was ready to go to bed off that. So, and then to have Ronda and Kurt so early and still put on a show, man.
But remember last week when we was talking about how we didn't know how this was going to be because Kurt's like a crippled man and Ronda, we didn't know her. And turns out they definitely exceeded our expectations by a mile.
I'll say this. I was totally against watching WrestleMania. I wanted this to be a cluster. I was not interested in sitting there for 6 hours. And I was so happy that the Ronda match was great. The Daniel Bryan match was great. And that I got enough before I was really too tired to pay attention to anything else.
Yeah.
Like if everything just dragged on and on and on, and you're pissed off that you got to wait to see the main event, then, that would have sucked. But I was ready to go to bed and, I guess back in the day you taped it and just watched it in the morning. But I would have went to bed happy because what I saw was a great show.
Yeah. And then the second half had to happen.
Well, yeah, that is our WrestleMania recap. Are we done?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, dude. Thank you
I'd also like everyone to know that this WrestleMania weekend has completely screwed up my reality TV watching. I've watched some stuff, but I haven't really paid attention to it. I've just kind of watched it because I've had wrestling on the brain all weekend. So no reality segment this week.
Did you watch the the WrestleMania greatest moments and pretty much all the little WrestleMania week stuff?
I watched that show and it wasn't nothing that good. Oh, what did you think? Did you watch the Andre documentary?
No. I gotta watch it. That came on last night, right?
Yeah.
I was out of it last night. There was no way I was doing anything after that. I gotta watch it, man, because I'll probably watch it as soon as we end the show.
Yeah.
I want to check that out.
There's a part of it where I think they forgot it was an Andre the Giant documentary because it turned into like a Hulk Hogan documentary.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for warning me. Is it 2 hours, hour and a half, hour and a half? Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely watch that probably as soon as we end the show.
All right.
Cool. Ladies, gents, all the wrestlers. That is not right. Ladies, gents, all the listeners of the Wrestling Fans Podcast. That's right. Make sure that you check in with us on all of our social media platforms. You can hit us up on Twitter at the official Twitter page for the show, which is
at TWF_podcast.
If you have pancake booty or a lot of booty or just butt, I think those were the options. Trent tweet Trent at
MTW3589.
And if you have real booty, tweet me at Bangham South. Make sure
golden crotch like Naya.
Whoa! If you have golden crotch, DM me, okay? Make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that Trent was going crazy on Twitter over WrestleMania weekend. Retweet some of the stuff that we put out there. Just follow us on Twitter, like us, all that good stuff. Follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/TWF podcast is the Facebook page where you can see all the videos. You can connect with myself, Jason Fastkade, and of course the man Trent Williams on Facebook as well. listen, share the episodes with others. Enjoy, but definitely subscribe. We need our subscribers up, our numbers up. But yeah, connect with us on Facebook, and of course, you can also view the show on YouTube. Our YouTube channel, The Wrestling Fans Podcast, has all of the latest episodes, the weekly episodes, the prediction shows, the reaction shows like this one, and all of the other little things that we get into over the year. We're up to episode 95, 96. Yeah, so we'll have something cracking for episode 100. But get with us on YouTube, and as you're watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. Trent, plug your site, man.
My thoughts on prowrestling.blogspot.com. I have my review for WrestleMania weekend, both TakeOver and WrestleMania. Sorry, no Hall of Fame review like I was going to do, because after sitting through that show, I did not want to write about it.
It sucked.
It did.
Okay, Trent, as always, man, it was a pleasure, tremendous pleasure. I hope you enjoy the WrestleMania weekend like I did, my friend.
I did.
But now we got another calendar year, dude.
Yep.
We got more episodes. We got more funny moments to get to. So I will talk to you next week, my friend.
All right, and on to Saudi Arabia we go.
I need you to watch that. I need you to watch the show, because I'll be at work, first of all. I mean, like, what the hell is going on? Dude, is it gonna be like a 6-hour show?
It's like I think it might be
Royal Rumble. Oh my gosh, dude!
We're up to like at least 10 matches now, and one's gonna go about 2 hours anyway, because it's 50 million.
Because 50, dude. Yeah. That's crazy. With that said, Trent, as always, dude, I will. Trent. Yeah. Sorry, I keep just mentioning random things. I will be a pseudo Clemson Tiger fan on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to the Clemson spring game.
All right.
Yeah, I want to check that out. Now, I will have my South Carolina socks and probably undershirt on, but going to check that out. But take care, my friend. I will talk to you next week, dude.
All righty.